Basement Bookers Podcast. Okay, we'll do it one more time. Last time. What's up? It's your boys, the Basement Bookers Podcast, coming to you Thursday night early. So you're not going to have the SmackDown from this week because we don't know. We don't know what's happened yet because this is the past and you're in the present, wherever that is. You probably saw it already. Like, why didn't you talk about this? Well, Rich DeRiz and me didn't talk about that. He's Rich DeRiz, the most richest, boldest man. Not a lot to talk about, but a lot to talk about, but not really a lot to talk about, Rich Torres. Go ahead. You had something you wanted to, you said big, huge news,
Well,
and you wanted to drop at the top of the hour here.
it's not news. It's kind of something that I want to speculate on, and that is the Bloodline versus Midline War Games match, which looks like it's going to be 5-on-5.
It's 5-on-5. Roman said, find yourself a five guy. And on Monday Night Raw, they're like, we need five guys, not the food, but we need another guy.
Right. So here's what I'm thinking. For Midline, they're probably going to get that other Bloodline member that was rumored to have just signed. I don't remember his name. Sorry. But for OG Bloodline, right?
Was it Zilla Fatu or some other
I
Fatu?
think that I think that's it. I think that's it.
Okay.
For OG Bloodline, let's first take a look at this here. There's still someone missing from the OG Bloodline, and that is the wise man himself, Paul Heyman. And no,
He can't wrestle, Rich Torres.
correct, he cannot. However, Paul Heyman is one of the greatest mouthpieces in the history of the business, period. And Roman Reigns was not his only client.
That's right, Rich Torres. You're talking, of course, about CM Punk.
That's
Right.
not who I'm talking about.
You guys,
I mean,
you
so
still
that's
think
not.
Brock Lesnar's coming back? Rich,
It's not an impossibility, but this could be. Could you
Yeah.
imagine OG Bloodline and Brock Lesnar?
It'd be the greatest thing to ever happen. This is why you can't
Talk
have it.
talk about the roof blowing off. If it's Brock, bro, that would be tremendous.
It would be, but I feel like the surprise will probably be on the bloodlines, the midline side. I think their fifth guy's The Rock.
That's
Like
certainly possible too.
it feels very like NWO when it was Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, and the third man was Hulk Hogan.
hmm
So this would be like, well, even though he's the final boss and not exactly fucking red and yellow Hulk Hogan turning into a fucking heel, but
hmm
like it would still be like, what's The Rock think about all of this?
hmm
You know what I mean? And it could be all a part of the plan, as Solo likes to say. So who knows? I don't know. But
I feel
I
like
would love it if it was Brock Lesnar. I just feel like in this current climate, in this current company, like first of all, like with all of that, I said charge. You're innocent till proven guilty. Like this
mhm,
whole like trial by the you know by the public opinion or what people say and like there's a reason there's like laws and stuff. You know what
mhm,
I mean? Like as far as I know, he has no one nothing been legalese at him. You know what I mean?
mhm,
This distance is purely on their part. Like why would they would not make allusions to him if they try to erase him or something? Like they wouldn't do that. I just think like he's being very kept quiet and that he could very well there's an 80% chance he could be the fifth guy, but maybe the fifth guy is CM Punk. He's gonna be at Survivor Series. They keep saying he's gonna wrestle Survivor Series, the dirt sheets, the dirt handles, as I
mm,
like to call them, the dirty handles.
mhm.
The Meltzers of the world. I don't know if he said that. I'm not quoting him. I'm just saying like a lot of people. There's a lot of things going on out there.
Yeah, I mean, it could be Punk. I would say probably, like you said, given the political climate, given accusations as they are, Punk is
Yeah.
probably more likely, but
Yeah,
Brock's big news.
Yeah, Brock would be huge. It would be the greatest War Games match in the history. Like if they do like the fifth guy's not there yet or something
Hmm.
like that, or he
Well, who
only
is he?
shows yeah, like he only shows up on his own time. And it's like,
Hmm.
you know, and then it'll be Paul Heyman and he'll have and I'm like, wait, is Paul Heyman the fifth guy? And it's like, no.
Hmm.
And then the music hits and then it's Brock Lesnar or CM Punk. That'll probably be the
Yeah,
move. That's
we're
what I
definitely
would
gonna
do.
get a ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, maybe, hopefully, you know, I don't know what's happening right now. And I know this could only lead, I don't know if it happens here, but maybe we will get a Solo Sikoa Roman Reigns one-on-one match eventually.
Very
Um,
likely,
so
undoubtedly. I feel like if Rock is on the Midlines team for War Games, I feel like that's tough to. How do you decide to put Rock on a losing team?
that's true. Maybe they don't lose because The Rock's got all the power of TKO. Like he
Hmm.
tells referees what to do. So I don't know. You know, I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's a good thing.
Hmm.
I just think like bringing some other guy in that we never heard of or that we have and some other people haven't really on the fifth on the midline isn't going to really move the needle. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't
Especially if you
disagree.
get Brock Lesnar coming back on OG Bloodline, which would
Hmm.
be, yeah, I would love it if Brock was there. That would be great. I would like that very much.
And like the Raw or SmackDown afterwards, uh, have people. Well, he'd be like, people have been asking why did Brock, for the first time in his life, enter War Games on the side of the OG Bloodline? And the truth is, they backed up the Brinks truck.
Oh, I was going to say the truth is that Brock Lesnar already acknowledged the tribal chief, and it's not Solo Sikoa.
Uh, uh,
I
still
don't know.
got still got to protect Brock.
I guess so, but like it doesn't hurt Brock Lesnar to acknowledge his tribal chief. Like he beat him. Like he beat him in a way that he was able to unify the championship and become the undisputed universal champion. You would think like he like shook hands with Cody after Cody only just beat him in 3 matches.
That's true.
Like Roman Reigns, like he beat Brock Lesnar, you know?
Yeah.
So that could be like a respect thing. Like Brock Lesnar doesn't lose anything by respecting somebody because it's like you know that he will kill you. Like he's not like some like turning a vicious Samoan into like a cuddly teddy bear. It's not the same thing. You know,
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar will always be Brock Lesnar, regardless of his alignment. He's still that killer with a knife tattooed on his chest. It's like going to his neck or whatever.
Facts. Another possibility, not entirely, like probably less likely, would be Randy Orton. I feel
Dude,
like
Kevin Owens' head would explode. Like
what
we
if
we
Kevin
still don't even
Owens,
know about. No, don't fucking say it.
what
That
if
would be
Kevin
so
Owens sides with
stupid.
Midline?
Because he hates all of them. He hates Solo too.
He does, but
Solo was a part of the OG bloodline, making his life a living hell. Why would he help him?
but at
Even these
Roman's,
guys, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loser, you know, like you fucking they shield bombed him through a table. There was a whole thing. It was this year. It was a couple of months ago, even. Like when they first started, like after, what was it, April, May? Like in May, that they did that
damn.
to him. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, sure, dumber things have happened.
Hmm.
I mean, I would argue, like, they're taking advantage of nostalgia already. Like the reason I'm willing to overlook Sami Zayn going back with them is because I liked it before. It
Hmm.
logistically makes no sense. Like if in real life, like I've forgiven people for doing some fucked up shit to me. I've
Hmm.
forgiven them, but none of them fucking physically beat my ass. Like
Or
even
publicly humiliated.
publicly humiliated, whoop me in front
Hmm.
of my whole country. Like I don't know what to tell you. Sami Zayn must be some like saint-like figure. Because if it's me, dog, bro, I would rather see you pissed on. Than, you know what I'm saying? Like if you were on fire,
Mm-hmm.
even though it would be really cool to piss on you, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I would do here. I don't know
Yeah.
how to handle this. Like after what they did to him, no one's ever done that to me. That's fucked up. Like I don't know how he could do that, but you know, it's wrestling. We're supposed to. It's fine, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at least with Chris Statlander, not the same thing. She was asked, "Hey, why was Stokely? What happened? How come you guys aren't together anymore?" It's like, well, our partnership was I wanted to ruin Willow Nightingale's life. I felt like I did that, and then we parted ways. It's like, okay, that's fine. You're being honest, I guess. You know, but like with this, it's like, oh, you know, family runs deep. Humiliated you, physically destroyed you at every chance. Like, what do you mean? You were
Put
with
him
this
on trial.
they put you on trial. You were the resistance. You were the resistance. And now all of a sudden you're like, what up, dog? But the
Mhm. Bip, 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 bip,
whatever.
bip,
Like,
bip,
come
bip.
on, son. Like, I understand, but I don't understand. Yeah, family bonds are deep, bro. Like, okay, sure, Sammy Uso.
That's right, my dog.
I mean, look, I get it. I'm a fan, but like, I gotta put on my wrestle face. I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
I guess that's what we're doing now. All
Got
right,
to
fine.
suspend the disbelief.
Like, I almost died laughing because Seth Rollins just finished yelling with Pierce to get
Hmm.
more of that Bronson Reed meat.
Hmm.
And then here comes Sami Zayn. Hey man, I know you don't have to tell me. I know you don't like Roman Reigns, which
Hmm.
like I don't know. Seth Rollins is the cause for Roman Reigns. This is all his fucking fault.
Yup.
So but anyway, hey, why don't you join us? It's like I almost lost it. I was
Hmm.
laughing I had to watch it the next day. So I
Hmm.
was eating my breakfast with it. I almost spit my cereal out. I was like, "What is this? What are you what do you not know what he's been through? Like WrestleMania, like his shit was all messed up over this bloodline and stuff. What are you talking about here? And you want to ask him help Roman Reigns? Are you stupid? Like what? that's not that's that shit. That's
Hmm.
that shit that I like. I can't complain about AEW inconsistency, and then come over here and be like, "No, it's fine. You know, it's fine. It's not fine." And then you go to Seth freaking Rollins, bro.
Hmm.
What's next? You gonna ask Cody fucking Rhodes, bro? You gonna ask Cody Rhodes?
Whoa.
Wait, what's Cody doing right now? Please don't ask Cody because he said he's done with this shit. All
Yeah.
right. How many times do you have to say he's done? He needs to move on to wrestle Randy Orton or Kevin Owens or both in a triple threat match or something. But
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
think something like that is what's coming. But actually, this Monday on Raw, apparently, once again, we're getting Seth Rollins versus Wide Bronson Reed.
You know, I don't care, honestly. Like Triple H has this project. It's called the Bronson Reed Project, and he's
Hmm.
doing whatever he has to do to ram this through. Whether we like it or not, he's like, all right, guys, listen. I know you don't like your greens, but I've got ice cream if you just this is gonna work. And you know what? Maybe Triple H is gonna turn Bronson Reed into something. Maybe he's gonna become what he needs him to be, whatever the fuck that is. And you know, they'll figure it out.
Hmm.
You know what? It's been almost 15 minutes. I can say the F word. It's okay. I said it. And you know, it's not for kids, but like and subscribe. Um, I don't know. I'm just lost here. I'm lost if why they have to keep doing this. Like, how many times does Seth Rollins have to beat you?
Hmm.
And then what? You're just gonna beat Seth Rollins, and then we have to do this all over again? Are we gonna do best of 7? Rich's favorite?
Please don't.
Is
I
that what
hate
we're
it.
gonna do? Because it
No.
sounds amazing. Let's do it, right? Let's
There was
fucking do
one
it.
best of 7. I hated the best of 7, but
With
it gave us
Cesaro and Sheamus,
right. It
the
gave us
bar,
the bar.
the best idea Mick Foley ever had.
The bar? That was his idea?
I'm pretty sure it was his idea to put them together.
Hmm.
Prayers for Mick Foley in these difficult times for him. He's out of his mind. But listen, I digress. Let's talk about the United States Women's Championship. They did it. They did what I never wanted them to do. They added another belt to the women's division, and I can't wait for it to just be a decoration. I can't wait to be correct, but I also can't wait to be incorrect. It would be nice to be incorrect. Although my question is this: why did they go with United States Women's Championship? Like United States title is not even a WWE thing originally. It's a WCW thing, which I find interesting. Like, why did they do that and not do like a women's intercontinental championship?
I mean, one would have to wonder if they're also going to debut a women's intercontinental title.
I really think that's a stupid idea, and I think it should just be like the tag team titles. Like, if you think about it, the mid card championship is the workhorse title.
Yeah.
So you got to get this workhorse lady.
hmm
She could work both. She could have to work both shows. You
hmm
know what I mean? Like, why not? Why not do it that way? Because as it is, the tag team division's kind of, and when you have like the women's division's not big enough to sustain two mid card championships, I don't think.
It's barely big enough to sustain the tag titles.
Yeah. So really, I think at the end of the day, you're gonna have to just you picked one. I just don't know. Like when they went with United States title, I'm like, is Raw gonna do that thing? Please, they would have announced it by now. So that's where I'm like, why? Why not Intercontinental? Like that's your thing. You know what I mean?
hmm
Is it because it's like, we have the Intercontinental Championship, but it really doesn't make any sense. Like it's not defended between continents. But with the United States Women's Championship, yeah, it's for sure in America we defend it, sometimes in Canada.
hmm
You know what I mean? So
Almost like a North American
ah,
champion.
but that's NXT. That's not
That's right.
that's a different thing.
And
That
they barely ever leave Florida.
just in case they want to have the option. They want to
hmm
have the option to
hmm
be able to defend it in Mexico or Canada. You know,
Or Cuba.
has has the IC championship ever been defended in Saudi Arabia?
Probably.
It probably has. And then it's like, oh, that makes sense. That's on a different continent, I
hmm
think. Yeah.
It's certainly a different continent. It probably has been. Let us know down in the comments if you remember, because I certainly don't.
Well, while we're talking about the United States Championship before it gets lost, who do you think should be the first ever women's champion? How do they decide it? Well, it should be a tournament. It should be a tournament, I think. How do you determine who's in the tournament? That's another issue. How
True.
big of a tournament do you make it? Do you do like each show has their bracket and then the best of both fights for the championship?
I think that's the best way to do it. Uh, yeah, on the presumption that it's going to be represented by both, it's going to represent both shows, then that's how you would do it, and it'll culminate in a match at Survivor Series, I guess.
Maybe. I
Uh,
mean, it is already November. They would have
mm,
had to build the tournament by now because promoting it and then doing it, or maybe even qualifiers.
yeah, well, they'll probably do like 4 women in it, and it's like with the first match, oh, you advance to the finals because they
How'd
just
you
don't
get
have.
there though? How do you get picked? Like this is a whole.
So I think Candice LeRae would be a pick because she's been involved in the women's title division, the women's title
Wait a
scene.
minute. That would make her a double champion. Isn't she the current speed champion?
She is the current speed champion.
Okay.
At least as of last week. I don't know about this week because I don't watch that.
Did you know
Uh,
Braun and Sheamus tied in a speed match?
I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're really trying to get people to watch this on X in this silly format.
I don't
It's not
get it.
silly, but it's geared towards your like cruiserweight style guys.
If it was me, I would see it as an opportunity because it's like you could go viral. Like
hmm
you do something amazing and like be really good. It's like
hmm
I would never do. I would not shit on any opportunity. Like you tell me, I got to fight for a speed championship. Okay. Oh, I have to bump for who? Okay. It's fine with me, man. I mean,
hmm
whatever, dog. Like,
Yeah, I get it. It's The format, the format and the platform, not for me.
Even like it's not like look, Braun Breaker and Sheamus aren't cruiserweights. You know
Right.
what I mean? And Braun
Mhm.
Breaker's fast. Sheamus, he beat John Cena and Brian Danielson really fast.
That's
You
true.
know?
That's the one thing that like the big strong guys like Braun Breaker and Sheamus have is that they have knockout power. It's just a matter of you put them against each other. They're also both really tough. So
Yeah, you
that's
don't want Braun Breaker to be the speed champion, dude. Like,
right.
that's not fair.
Like I didn't want speed coming out of his mouth when he
Well,
was talking about it.
he's so fast. She
Yeah,
should qualify. Like if that's his whole thing, and you don't at least try it, people are like, hey, if he's so fast, how come he's not doing that speed stuff? It's not
true,
like there's a weight limit. I don't know.
true.
But
Apparently,
we still need to know, like, who do you think should be the United States Women's Champion?
who should be the champion? Let's look at our contenders first. Okay, like I first mentioned
Okay,
Candice LeRae, Raquel Rodriguez.
yeah,
She's obviously right around Liv's title. She's hanging out there. Um, Ivy Nile should be in it.
yeah, she should be in it.
Tiffany Stratton,
Of course, that goes without saying.
right?
Mi Chen, you need to put Mi Chen and
Michin,
Chelsea Green.
Chelsea
You
Green,
could
Piper
put Piper
Niven,
Niven in there.
Kyrie Sane.
Well, is she a part of a tag team?
She is, but
But
Io
they'll
is.
probably be in there.
Yeah, Io's fighting for the women's title. She's the number one contender, Nia Jax.
You would probably want Dakota Kai in there. I think she's overrated. Like, I didn't even care that she came back. And I don't mean it to be like mean. I'm just saying, like, the way she showed up on Raw, it's like, oh, she's back.
I am
And
here.
I was like, oh, I didn't know she was gone. But then they're like, hey, remember this? It's like, oh, that's why she was gone. And,
Yeah.
good that you're back. Look, that's a nice cleanup. That's a nice cleanup. That's a nice cleanup that I did. But yeah, it did move the needle, brother.
Yeah, the thing is, like, she's been plagued by injuries, so she has, and she
So
doesn't.
sad.
I feel like she doesn't get. She is a little bit. Her personality is overshadowed by Io Sky and Kyrie Sane, and when she was healthy, Asuka.
They need a women's cruiserweight championship. Never mind, I'm joking. So yeah, Asuka.
But yeah, like Dakota Kai could be in there too. I hope Asuka comes back
Asuka.
healthy.
Asuka. Asuka could be that would be great. If she's the first United States champion, that'd be cool. You do
That would be.
Asuka. Oh my god, Charlotte Flair would just show up. Just remember the rule. Everybody's having a great time. That music hits. That music hits and it's on, baby. I'm telling you. That's gonna be Pierce's surprise, that stooge. They won't let that be Aldis's surprise because everything Aldis does has to be good. He put in his contract. He's like, listen, man, I'll be a stooge, but I'm not gonna be like that guy. I'm not gonna be like Pierce because he sucks.
Yeah.
Triple H is like, look, we want you for a GM role. And he's like, not like Pierce, right? Because that guy sucks.
Hmm.
And I don't want to do that. I want respect. He's like, all right. It's funny. Pierce never asked for respect, so we never gave it to him. It's weird. He's like
True.
doing this earn thing. Like, I don't know. Why do that when you could just have it in the contract wording?
Yeah.
That's smart. Good job.
And Aldis is the more recent NWA World Champion than Pierce. So
Yeah, so Asuka or Charlotte Flair is what I'm thinking, like as a joke. So I hear that you needed to list every woman in the division to make a pick on who you think can win it.
I
So
don't
we
want to
can
list
still
every
do
woman
that.
in division.
Bianca Belair, obviously, Jade Cargill, they're the tag team champions. But what if, what if that could be the beginning of, hey, only one of us is going to be able to do this, sis. Let's go.
Hmm.
That could be something.
True.
You could have
But
Chelsea and Piper, like, oh, wow, she thinks she's better than you. It's like, well, I don't know. Maybe she thinks she's better than you. Like, I mean, you guys could be champions, but can you do it like on your own, Jade? Or do you need Bianca's help all the time to help you?
I just reminded myself of something that bothered me. So the
You know what really grinds my gears?
Yeah. So since we're talking about the women's division, 'cause I started thinking about Nikki Cross and then Charlotte. I'm like, well, wait a second. They had the Wyatt Six came out and they were brawling with the Final Testament and everything.
That was this week.
Yeah.
I could bring you into it like the full thing, but it's not going to mess with your thought here. Because basically, what had happened is
Hmm.
Miz was like, listen, man, I'm good, bro. I don't want to do this. This is bad. I said, I'm sorry, and I regretted my ways. You should do the same thing. And
Hmm.
Cross is like, nah, man, fuck that. Ellering was my boy. That was family. And because of you, he got hurt. We're going outside. Then Cross dragged his ass
Hmm.
basically out to the ring. There's a face off,
Busted Miz open, by the way.
busted him open. The Wyatts come.
Hmm.
And then Miz, he's not done.
Right.
He attacks with a chair from
Hmm.
behind. And take it away.
Yeah, he knocked down Rowan. Whatever. We had this brawl
It
start.
was Rowan. Rowan was right on the ground, too. Good job.
Yeah. Thank you. And I'm fine with everything that's going on, except they had Scarlett. Now, I know maybe it's a Vince thing, right? But with respect, Scarlett hasn't done a fucking thing in WWE as far as
Incorrect.
fighting, having a match. Did she have a
Oh.
match that I don't remember?
She was a part of the WrestleMania with B-Fab, Street Profits, Bobby Lashley versus Final Testament.
Okay,
And that
all right.
thing. She was there for that.
You're right.
They
5-star
went through a
classic
table. Yeah, 7.5. What
at
do you
least.
need?
So she's basically not done a damn thing as far as in-ring work in the WWE. And so maybe it's a Vinceism, but I feel like she should not have dropped former women's champion Nikki Cross like that.
No, she should, especially when she's like got witch powers or whatever the hell that is.
Right. Maybe if she like blew powder in her face and then dropped her, fine. But just clean? Don't
Yeah,
like it.
she hasn't really done anything. But another thing that I forgot to mention is that Cross was gonna break Mrs. Legs. I forgot to say that. Like he said, I'm gonna break your legs.
Yeah. Because Ellering.
Yeah, I know. He's like, he wants to break his leg because
Mhm.
it's his family member.
Mhm.
So, and now the Miz is all in, even though he got busted open.
Mhm.
Like he's all in with these guys. I feel like it's
You
one of
gotta make.
those like
Mhm.
it's like he's like Sami Zayn in there. Like he's like the worst.
Kinda.
He's getting the worst of it. Like
You gotta make it look good, man.
yeah, I guess they did make it look good. What a trap that was. Like it looked like
Mhm.
he was really scared. Like I believed him. I'm like, oh shit, because he's been through this before. Yeah, that makes sense. And it's
Yep.
like, nah, we were just doing a thing. We're just doing a bit.
Mhm.
Like so, that's something. Yeah. So do you not have a pick, or do you think it should be the first women's United States champion? You want to talk about
I.
anything else but
I
that? He's like, no, I can't. Because if
it
I'm wrong,
with help, it would be Raquel.
wow, interesting. Man, I would hate that though. But yeah, it could. That's a possibility. It could be her. It's just that
Mhm.
she's great as what she's doing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's
Sunglasses and back pose.
just sunglasses, back pose. Like, don't even back pose because people like that. You gotta you're a bad guy. I don't want to. No,
Mhm.
you can't do the cool thing anymore. You just use your sunglasses. Just keep them on.
She stopped smiling.
Yeah, stop fucking. It's so annoying. Just don't do that anymore. It's like,
Mhm.
yes, you have a nice smile, but not. This is not a model agency. You're not trying to like get an extra tip.
Mhm.
You're not. It's not like that. You're not trying to sell lap dances. You have to be. You don't have to have a happy face. All right.
Right.
You're not happy to be there, all right? You just want to punch people in the face, and that's your style. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Willow Nightingale.
Listen, Willow Nightingale, she's got a rough side. She's got her edges. She gets a little upset. She does like this probably. She probably, she like that. She's like, ooh, I'm gonna oh, I'm gonna fudge you good right in the face with this fist, stuff like
Mm,
that. And then it's like, well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use that kind of language. She'd
mm.
apologize. I know, I'm not looking, but I'm a little upset. I'm angry right now. Okay.
A lot of people love the Willow Nightingale character, but that character is not for me.
Oh, did you see Chris Statlander spear Mercedes Monet through a cardboard wall?
Nope.
Bro, you don't even have male talent that can do that. And you're having Chris Statlander do that. Like, I mean, you have that can, but they haven't, as far as I know. That
Mhm,
spot's only been done by WWE. As far as I
mm.
know, like they could maybe have like a cardboard wall spot for all I know.
Well,
But
Stat is strong.
she's strong, but like if your strongest woman can do that, how come your powerhouse Hobbs is, your murder hawk monsters is, your bigger men, your Wardlows, they're not doing crazy shit like that.
That's true. They
I
should
think
just I mean, maybe it was probably done just as a shock spot. Like get Chris Statlander get the shock of the first in AEW doing that.
Statlander's beaten Camille. She beat her, and she's about to wrestle Mercedes Moné. I don't think she's gonna win though. I think Mercedes Moné is gonna be champion until her contract runs out. I
That
think
sounds right.
either the contract runs out or the love.
Or the money.
Yeah, like I think
I,
that goes hand in hand. Once Tony's like, I don't want to play with you anymore. Once he Andy's her, I think that's a wrap.
See that's something that her idol Sasha Banks would want. So I feel like that's something that Mercedes Moné would want.
Look, like even though people look similar to each other, doesn't mean they don't have like different things that they want to do.
I know, but she obviously idolizes her. Clearly.
They're the same age. That's so
Crazy.
weird. That doesn't make any sense. That makes less sense than R Truth and John Cena. It just doesn't, and it's like, John Cena being R Truth's idol and all.
Hmm.
It's a little bit it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different.
Well, maybe our truth had his eggs a little scrambled a few too many times, and maybe the same
Whoa,
thing
whoa,
happened to
whoa,
Mercedes
whoa.
Moné.
Don't tell Steve Austin that. Steve
What?
Austin doesn't think anything. Don't worry about that stuff,
Eh,
okay? Well, let me tell you something
mhm,
else, okay? Carlito was trying to play 2K24 in the Judgment Day,
mhm,
and it was him and JD,
mhm,
and they were picking people. And JD had himself, and I seen Carlito try to pick himself because I see the silhouette of Carlito, and
mhm,
it's like, bro, you got to get the global superstar pack. And he's like, shit,
mhm, mhm,
I can't fucking buy it now. Shit's gonna come up. He's like, all right,
mhm,
I guess I'll play as Dominic Mysterio, and it's them versus the War Raiders.
mhm,
That's interesting, and that was interesting because all the belts, and Balor's like, but no world title because
mhm,
of dirty Dominic Mysterio over here. And
mhm,
Dom is like, well, at least I, whatever. He shit on Balor. And it's like, whoa, man,
mhm.
chill. Did you know that the guitar riff in Damian Priest music is from the Slayer guitarist? They did his thing.
I heard that. I heard
Yes,
that this week. That's cool.
because South of Heaven is also a Slayer song, and it's Damian Priest's finisher. So, or album, I don't know, whatever. I'm
Something,
not an
something.
expert. But that was good. Damian Priest had some words for Gunter, and I don't know. I get what they're doing with Gunter, but I don't have to like it.
Mhm,
Like they're trying to make it seem like after Cody beat him, that like there's something wrong with him, and that he's afraid that he was gonna lose to Priest. So they
mhm,
had him basically do the job on the microphone.
mhm,
Like he jobbed on that microphone like he was getting squashed by Goldberg. Like he was like fresh out of the fucking monster factory
hmm,
and he had to go up against Goldberg. That's the
mhm.
kind of starching that my man got in there. And it made me feel a little uncomfortable. I'm like, I don't know if I like this. And also I don't know if I believe this.
Mm.
making me try to believe a lot of stuff lately, WWE. I'm not cool with this one. I'm not good with it.
I appreciate getting a chance to see the range of Gunter's acting chops, though, because we saw new emotions out of him. We saw new expressions, and I feel like it conveyed what he was trying to convey really well.
I guess I'm gonna have to disagree because I don't believe he's afraid of anything. It's hard. I couldn't believe any of that. It's like, oh, I know you're acting. Like, you
Or
know what I mean?
that's part of the bit, and he's trying to get Priest to think he's scared, lull him
Yeah,
into a false sense of security.
that's what he's doing right now. Right now, everybody thinks
Mm,
that Ludwig Kaiser has designs and that he's doing things like saying things out of school, like, and maybe that's his orders. Like, listen, here's what I want you to do, and that's
mm-hmm,
what it is. It's like trying to make it look like there's dissent, and there
mm-hmm,
isn't. And then like Gunter is going to wrestle Damian Priest. Like he's gonna be so tired. He's not gonna be able to get him off of him. He's gonna mess him up good because he thought that he got into his head. So now he's gonna go in there all confident with that fucking, that Latin bravado we have inside of us, and he's gonna exploit him
mm-hmm.
because he thinks he's gonna bully Gunter. It's not gonna happen. He's fucked. It's gonna
Powerbomb
be
City, bitch.
he's gonna 16 times at least, and then it's not gonna even be close. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know. I could be wrong.
Priest has a ton of momentum behind him. I don't think the time is right to take the belt off Gunter.
No, and I think Priest. I don't know if he's gonna lose clean.
No, probably not.
I don't think Finn Balor's done with Damian Priest
He's definitely
because
not.
he said he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like he said he wasn't, and it's trying to make us think that he's done with it. But I don't know, man. And I think Judgment Day, like, what's going on here? Time's ticking, buddy. Like this is time bomb.
So speaking of, and this will all sort of tie in, and this might be one for the old Horowitz machine later on, right? But what if the Liv Dom thing? What if Liv's working Dom? What
To
if?
Yeah.
What if her and Finn are the thing?
I I just don't. To what end?
That's a good
That's the
question.
only thing I got. Like, it's the only thing I can come up with
What if
because
she
it's
took
feasible,
Dom
but I need to know why.
just as part of her revenge tour? And now he's just a good lackey.
Well, we'd have to wait because now we have what might be the War Games women's match
Mm-hmm.
because Rhea Ripley is not back. She's
Right,
back,
right. Because
and
spoilers.
whatever, dude. We got spoilers, but she's back.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it's going to be her team, which includes Bianca Belair and Io Sky. And Io Sky was in Damage Control as much as Bailey was in Damage Control,
Mm-hmm.
but Bianca Belair's got no problems being with Io Sky.
Well, Bailey was sort of the de facto leader when they were giving
Okay,
Bianca hell.
so Io Sky was just following orders. Is that what you're saying? It's okay because she was just following orders. Was she just following orders? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just trying
She's
to
just as
find some logic in the storyline.
she's just as bad. Like I'm gonna need something for that. I'm just saying. Like you couldn't give Bailey any grace, but you got no problem with Io Sky. Okay, okay, all right, all right. I'm gonna need a little bit more. I'm gonna need a little bit more from that. I need to know why you so mad at Pam. All right, but Io Sky gets to walk. That's all. That's all. I'm just asking questions.
Now if Nia Jax is involved, then that makes a little sense.
Nia Jax is involved.
Okay.
Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton are involved.
Okay, because obviously Io is the number one contender to Nia right now. So
Yeah, no, she's the number one contender to Liv Morgan.
is she? Did I mix that up?
Yeah, you did.
I believe you.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, Io Sky
Okay.
won a match on Raw to wrestle Nia Jax, who's a SmackDown champion.
I mean, they're on the same network right now, so there's no real war. By the way, I saw
Shut
what may
the
or may not be a
fuck
rumor.
up. Okay. Yeah.
I saw what may or may not be a rumor that in January, both shows
3
are
hours.
going 3 hours.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't want that. I really don't want it at all, but they're gonna give it to us. And you know what? Maybe they'll actually utilize that time correctly.
I hope so. Maybe that's why they chose now to introduce the women's U.S. title.
Maybe, but they still need more women. So
I
maybe this
agree.
WWE IUD ID whatever the fuck that'll be the way they do it. Because they'll get more people moving into the NXT system, so they could just like shoot them
Yeah,
out.
respectfully, the the women's division in NXT, with the exception of Julia and
Yeah, they had
Stephanie,
to import people to get
yeah,
and that new one
like
was Zarya, right?
Zarya. I mean, I still haven't seen enough of Zarya.
Yeah, but she still feels like she's special.
Hmm
Like they
And
made her feel special.
that's good and that's important. But you
Well, you
got
don't like Toxic Attraction 2, Electric Boogaloo?
a fatal influence. No, I don't. If I were JC Jane, I'd be pissed.
Man, I don't. You know what? Yeah, JC Jade they should just get her out to. What happened to the briefcase lady? She was on Raw, remember? She got
Oh,
promoted.
Kiana James.
Yeah, what happened? Like the
That's a
last
good
time I
question.
seen, like she had like a social media post in a Halloween costume. I forgot what she was dressed as, but that's it. She just they got like nothing for her. Like what happened? What happened, man?
I can't even speculate.
Well,
I mean, I could speculate, but that's all it would be.
I mean, yeah, it's a
That's what we do
podcast
here anyway.
after all. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's all
I mean,
right. Then.
I mean, it could be argued that maybe they got a close look and like, she's still kind of green.
Yeah, I wish my forehead was green. And then there would be like a reason that movie screen's there. I'm just staring at my forehead. I'm like, there's a lot of real estate there. Jesus Christ! If only there was a giant brain in there. But now it's very spacey in there. I don't know if you know this. He puts his feet up. You know, just
Well, you need space for your creative ideas.
yeah, it's very spacious. Like because the ideas are so nebulous and air
Mhm.
almost, it really doesn't take up that much room. So it's really great, actually. It's a fantastic arrangement we've got going on here. I
Should
gotta
get
say.
Basin Booker's tattoo.
No, I would never. I would never. First of all, I don't even like tattoos. I would not tattoo. That's the worst place. You just say, "Look here, look, judge this, judge me."
Advertising.
I would never, ever do any like thing like that for this podcast. You're out of your fucking mind.
What
Okay,
about a temporary tattoo?
you first. All
Okay.
right, you first. Let's first see the HD version, and then we'll come to the SD version. How about that?
All right. All right.
Okay,
So
you HD and I'm SD.
you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
Actually, wait, a better comparison, you're IMAX and I'm regular standard size movie theater.
I am IMAX. To be fair, and I know this is what you're talking about. I was IMAX before I was shaving my head.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
Next week, I'm gonna have something to show.
All right then. I better not be lame because I will kill you.
Nah,
Like verbally. Like
I know.
rap. Yeah. Well, anyway, before we devolve, was there anything you wanted to address before we keep talking about bald and like viewing screens on our faces? I'm gonna start podcasting like this. I'm so fucking insecure.
Dude, you start shaving your head again.
No,
Okay.
I like my hair. It
All
grows
right.
back too fast. It's like, no, you don't do this. That's the problem. It'll be like,
I,
no, you don't get to do this, and it's more work. It's way more work.
wow.
Yeah, it's more work. Trust me. It's
More
like,
work.
yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah. You know.
All right. So, with all that being said, thanks for joining us this week. Like and subscribe, comment down below. Who do you think should be the first women's United States champion? Who do you think is going to be in it? Who would you like to see added to the women's divisions on either Raw or SmackDown that aren't even in the WWE system yet? Let us know down below. And Jerry's got a party message.
The match of life is scheduled for one fall, so make it count.
Do what the man says.
Follow the Bookers, plural. I don't know what you just threw off your head at them, but that's fine.